Setting, and there we are. We are live, but it's still just us, so we've got a few minutes.
All right.
Lovely. Love the fact that we're such a popular podcast, guys. Oh my god.
We don't need to be popular, okay? This is for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how we maintain discussion. It's how we maintain interest for us in TVHK, and it's for Eleanor, who's basically always here.
Yeah.
God forbid we have a Q&A section with just us.
That's fine. We can make it work. Where's Brandy? Get Brandy over here. He needs to develop
to get
3
to that.
questions for the most recent
Yeah.
chapter. They have to be very in-depth
Develop 3
questions and have to
questions.
do with the have to do with the
Mitsuko, one of
lore.
them has to be a Mitsuko question.
Yes.
Y'all were getting ChatGPT in the chat. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, Eleanor! Hi,
Happy
Eleanor!
Pride.
Happy Pride! Oh, we've got people now.
Yes, we've got Eleanor.
Hey, White!
Oh.
Oh, our usual group is
Okay.
showing up. So happy to see you guys. Yes, happy Pride Month, guys. It is currently Pride Month,
Yeah.
which is highly
Exciting.
relevant to most of us. So.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and highly relevant to this chapter as well.
Oh, you're right! It's the
Yeah, it
Pride
is.
chapter. Oh, yeah. Ida Euro supports Pride Month. Confirmed.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Well, as if we didn't know.
And it's true, we did already know that. So, as we wait, I don't know, probably a couple minutes for other people to trickle in.
Can we call it trickle?
Trickle. Let's say people trickle in, you know. So, how has everyone been?
I have been. Should I answer this question first? Ness, you answer the question first.
I know how Ness has been.
Oh,
We were
I don't
watching
know
The
how Ness
Dragon
has
Prince
been.
last night.
Yeah.
I've been fine. Yeah.
Your lackluster answer is suspicious, but I'll let it slide for now. Everyone's first impressions on the chapter, with just
I loved it. This was like
Yeah,
this
it's
was a good
great.
chapter.
So good.
This was a
So
fun
much stuff I
chapter.
loved.
Like I wasn't even in the mood to read manga, but the chapter was so interesting that I just regained that. You know, I just became in the mood.
Full disclosure, I completely forgot that it was an early chapter this month, and I was just in one of my usual group chats, and someone popped in and was like, "Hey guys, check out the raws for the newest chapter. Isn't this so cool?" And I'm like, "Raws? What? Come again?" Oh, we're early. What's going on? So that was a whole thing that happened.
Hi, KG White.
Yes, hello everybody. Hi. Well,
Alright, should we start?
yeah, sure. We can get started. This is a, we've got our little circle going. So, do an intro this time. We'll do an intro this time. Hi everybody. I am Otaku Imi.
I'm Kafiora and I'm Hanako.
And I'm Ness.
And we are back to do a podcast about the latest chapter, which is really amping up. There's a bunch of stuff going on, lots of things to talk about, so I'm looking forward to getting into it. As far as the rules, if you've got questions, post them or comments, go ahead in the chat, and once we get through the chapter, we will do a Q&A, and people can throw questions at us, chapter related, TBHK related, personal questions, I don't know, whatever you feel like, just throw some questions at us at that time. Does anyone remember what our predictions for this chapter were?
I think we were predicting seeing a bunch of characters. Were we?
Were we?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember at all. Does anyone else feel like last month was like a year ago?
It does feel like it. Yeah.
Yeah, this chapter kind of creeped up on me, so yeah.
And the last chapter was a huge chapter too. It was a big thing. We had Tsukasa from the past show up. It was time shenanigans for the first time. Like there was so much going on.
Yeah, this definitely a time centric arc. That's it. The presents word.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember any of the predictions, so we might as well jump in with this chapter.
All right. So yeah, we guess it's a flashback panel here, reminding us of also what we wanted to forget last chapter, or at least I wanted to forget that Sakasa showed up.
What's
But
why do you want to
anyways,
forget that?
because
Great.
I mean, Sakasa is kind of Sakasa equals drama equals chaos,
Yeah, but
right?
this is alive Tsukasa, which, all of those things are true. It's just got, added intrigue to it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Anyways, we have Sakasa here, giving us a flashback. He's asking, "Did you know? They say that you can use the clock to travel time." And of course, he's referencing to the clock in the auditorium that we saw last chapter. And then he says, "Come and play with me again, Nene."
So,
So,
confirmation here that he does remember Nene. I think we already basically,
Yeah.
established that last chapter that he does
Mhm.
remember Nene. There was a whole thing that happened with the Red House that really happened, and Tsukasa recalls all that. This is
yep.
just, double confirmation on that.
So he mentioned the clock, and Nene recalls Hanako saying that he wanted to, get the clock moving a long time ago. So he had a reason to travel in the past or in the future. That's what Nene's realizing right now.
You know what I
But
appreciate about this little bit right here is Nene remembering that Hanako told her that he tried to get the clock moving, and my first thought was, oh, they're confiding in each other. Hanako is communicating.
Wow.
Character growth.
What a surprise.
He's improving.
that's true. He
That's
would have
true,
just normally
yeah.
broken down or either just played it off.
Closed
And
off.
if he should leave to have his PTSD.
I remember
Yeah.
his first PTSD moment when he just, lashed out at Yashiro and then immediately left, like, sorry, bye, ran away.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yes, Mitsuba is highly freaked out. Like he's wondering if that was actually Tsukasa back when he was alive. And why did he talk like that? That was terrifying to Tsukasa, but Nene is completely fine because this is just normal for her. This is another Tuesday for her.
I love that
Right.
she specifically recalls the summer festival arc where she met the little baby Amai.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine, this happens sometimes.
Uh-huh. I like that Mitsuba is of the same species of the creatures that normally do this whole sneaking up thing, but he's the one who's freaked out.
Right?
He's the ghost and he's freaked out.
He has no idea what's going on.
But yeah, Dede proposes to ask Sakasa himself about the whole deal with the clock, and I was just wondering if Nene hit her head or something. That is totally insane. And Mikasa just puts it out in black and white that it's either option A, chaos, or option B, chaos. Right?
At least the first
So-
chaos is just him being like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Worst case
So-
scenario, is that your wish? I love that that's his worst case scenario. Is Tsukasa being like, oh, you've got a wish, Mitsuba?
Flashbacks.
Nothing scarier than Tsukasa being like, oh, you want a wish? I can grant your wish.
Well, he says, why don't Nene just ask number 7? And then Nene was pondering about it, but then he says, you know what? Never mind. Number 7 is insane. And Minamoto couldn't even know he has nothing to do with this, whatever, but Mitsuba is mentioning him for some reason. I wonder what that reason is. But
It's not
yes.
like Ko is on his mind or anything. Don't
It's not-
insinuate anything.
It's not like he's
course.
saying, oh,
Oh.
Hanako likes Nene, so there's some relationship thing going on there. But anyways, right. So they show up, the people who are on their mind, and they confront Mitsuba. There's this whole thing, they're having fun, but not really. And he's saying that Nene's saying, it's rare seeing Hanako and Ko together like this.
And it
But-
is. I wish I could
It
see
is.
more of
It's so
that. There's such an amazing
It's not-
dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And Ko is saying, "Oh, I saw Hanako sneaking around the term, so just checking up on him."
And
Stuff that this is just all gone back to first couple of chapters type of thing. What is going on? I don't like this.
right?
This is too nice.
Yeah, it's too nice. That was, but yeah. So Hanako says that he's not number 3, so he shouldn't be following him around basically. And then Nene asks Hanako again, "What about the clock? You tried to fix it when you were alive, so maybe did it jog your memory or anything?" And Hanako says no, didn't jog his memory one bit, which I'm kind of surprised about. I don't know if he's faking, but it seems pretty genuine.
Yeah, I actually believe him here. I think he legitimately has not remembered anything yet. I don't know what it is about the face or like but I buy it this time. This time.
For once.
I think he's being honest and he's actually not remembering
Yeah.
anything
Like,
yet.
yeah.
Mhm.
He's not making that same fake smiley face that he normally does when he lies.
Oh, that's true. He's got the fake smiley face from
Yeah,
that.
he has a face.
Yeah. Yeah, so Hanako just decided that, I don't know what it is, so it's not my problem. It's not no point thinking about past anymore, it's already gone. And he says he mentions Nene tornado performance again, which I just
She's been
think
practicing so hard. Her whoosh,
yeah.
takes some
Yeah, then they
real
had a
delicate
moment.
work.
Mm-hmm. They had a moment with the whole tornado thing. The tornado inspired that moment.
Oh yeah, that was a cute little Hana Nene moment. I almost forgot
Yeah.
that happened.
Oh, so
So
adorable.
Hanako asks Nene, what was she doing with number 3? And she says, we went shopping, and Mitsuba is like, oh, jealous. We had a date on the school grounds, and I'm sure that he was just trying to make Hanako jealous. So Hanako became jealous, obviously. It's like, what do you mean by
Immediate
date?
too.
Immediately.
What do you mean dates? He's like sweating at everything.
Oh
Like
my
what's
God.
going?
And he said the Mitsuba, well, Nene explained that we just ate ice cream, and for some reason I cannot figure out the reason for
Oh,
this, but Ko of all people, they were the moke could have said something, but Ko said something, and he said, Mitsuba, I'm going to blast it on my class's billboard. And it's like, why are you mad? And I'm like, yes, sir. Why are you mad?
yeah. Ko's really moved past his feelings for Nene. It's not like
Yeah,
that's
it
still a
hasn't been a
thing.
thing for a long time.
Wonder what this anger is about here.
Uh-huh.
What a mystery this is.
Yeah. And then he's upset at Mitsuba afterwards. So, yeah, that's my favorite part of chapter. But anyways, so they're doing their whole thing, and Nene, stops to think about something for a second. She remembers that in the past, Hanako has always been crying. He's been injured. There's just never any other way that she saw him, and she's wondering if, the only reason why he's happy today is because he's forgotten everything that happened in the past. We see Hanako here smiling. We all know that Hanako has some sorrows, but at least he can smile these days,
Mhm.
right? He probably didn't forget everything. Like, he's still a murderer.
There's
All that.
there's so much going on in that little bit to talk about. Like one, Yashiro, I understand where she's coming from. Like she cares about Hanako a lot. She knows that he's happy as he is now, and she's only ever met him in his like injured, sorrowful state. But on the other hand, we know that that wasn't his whole life. Like we've seen that little bit now from when he was still working on the clock, and he looked fine there. Like he did have moments in his life that I think were not awful. And, there may be a lot of important things back there. So I get where she's coming from emotionally that she wants him to not remember, but he needs to remember.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Yeah.
does.
Especially
plot
with
progression.
Tsukasa around, because I imagine, the key to dealing with Tsukasa is gonna boil down to what happened between them in the past.
Yeah, and maybe that's why Hanako is basically doing their bidding right now, because he doesn't remember something.
Hmm.
But anyways, Nene says she hopes he never remembers. And if we have a whole scene change here, we skip to Anak to Akane. Yes, I was about to say that wrong. Glad I caught myself. And Teru. Right, I love this whole dynamic between them, so I was very excited when I saw these
Akane
two
and
together.
Teru is amazing.
So they're all in the
love them.
auditorium, and Akane is doing some night testing with Teru. Teru starts speaking, and the flowers come about, and he starts with this handsome face. Oh, I'm Teru Minamoto, student council president, and then screech. And I love that because I didn't want to hear it.
Oh, just as a side note, Eleanor, meet Brandon. We will be addressing these questions after after we get through the
God damn.
after we
What?
get through the chapter.
No, I didn't see that till just now. Okay, well, let's just continue
Okay.
for now.
Okay, so yes, Teru gets cut off, which I love, and Akane is saying, it's no good. No one will be able to hear you, and Teru, for some reason, he is just, I don't know. I think this whole thing just confirms that Teru is a psychopath to me. But anyways,
Confirms. What do you mean? You've believed
Confirmed?
that from the minute he was introduced.
Yes, it is. But
Every
yes,
word that's come out of his mouth has been confirmation for you that he is a psychopath.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're saying that you have to be loud enough, but other groups have to use it, and it says, what else is there for today? So Akane is just stressing himself out here because he has way too many things to do. He has to, for some reason, the science club didn't file some curtains or whatever. He just has too much on his plate, right?
He's
So
being
he
so
just-
competent with it, though. I love competent Akane. I always tend to forget, but this guy's like on top of things. Like he's really
Mhm.
good at getting
Uh-huh.
things done. And you tend to forget that, especially when we're doing a bunch of supernatural things and Akane doesn't get to do much of anything. He just gets sidelined and beaten immediately. He got KO'd so fast in the last arc.
So yeah, Akane was explaining his problems to Teru, and Teru was like, everybody makes mistakes. Come on. Are there any other issues? And he says that there's an issue that involves Teru. So he says the edits for the video, but the open ceremony was lost. And he instantly snaps, and he says, who was? Suddenly, he cares. Suddenly he cares.
I feel that though. I feel that. You're going to edit a video and it's like, where's my file? Where's my file?
Uh-huh.
Where did it go?
He says, who did it? Akane is immediately like, it wasn't me. But it probably was Melon, basically. And he
Yamabuki Lemon.
uh-huh.
Nothing.
But Teru just starts looking at. I thought he was looking at Akane at least. I love the fact that he's about to whip him. Like, I mean, yes.
Right?
What?
I like when I like this dynamic between them.
You like the
Yes,
dynamic of
I like the abuse. Akane gets in abuse, right? Teru's just hilarious for me.
you like
He's always
sadistic Teru.
unreasonable. No, I don't like any form of Teru. But I like the dynamic because sometimes Akane deserves it.
You know
Akane
what?
can be an ass
True.
sometimes.
You're right. Like Akane is certainly kind of psychotic himself. He's very obsessive.
Yes.
He is very self-absorbed.
They deserve each other.
They
Don't
do
forget that.
deserve each other. Ultimate ship Teru Akane. End game
No,
for
that's very
TBHK.
funny.
And
That is too toxic. I don't know if I support that one.
Oh, it's fine. I wouldn't call it more toxic than most of the ships, and I'm pretty sure
Oh,
number 6 and
yeah.
Sumire definitely take the cake, and they're never gonna lose that crown for most toxic ship.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Uh,
You
I
can't
don't want to
beat
think about that.
one person eating the other person in a relationship. That is peak
Mhm.
toxicity.
as dark as TBHK gets, that's going to be pretty hard to beat. To be honest.
Exactly. Therefore, these two aren't that bad. I'll ship it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Akane is laughing at Teru and his misery, but Teru is not seeing that. He's focused on something completely different.
Mhm.
And he grabs this black crane that's been flying around Akane apparently. And he crushes it. And it burns his hand. So
I love Akane being so convinced that he's about to die. Like,
mhm.
like it's just totally like normal for him. It's like, oh yeah, he's coming for me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Don't hurt me.
Mhm. And Teru immediately recognizes that it was a Shinigami used for observational purposes, and he wondering who planted it on him. So Akane instantly knows who it was because Natsuhiko is sus. Natsuhiko should be the first suspect in all situations.
It was funny for me when we reached this part because this is like the first time I've seen the word Suishiro in like so long.
True.
And like it took me a minute to remember what that word was. And like remember that that's Hakujodai, and I don't think anything else has been called a Suishiro, has it? Just the Hakujodai and the
I
Kokujodai?
think so, yeah.
Yeah, as far as I
I
know,
don't think
nothing
I have the
else.
same translation as you guys.
You don't?
I'm using DBS.
I have no idea what I have. I think everything is DBS now, isn't it? Didn't like Roots of
Yeah,
Fate
everything is
like kind of
DBS, yeah. ROF stopped
Okay,
translations, yeah.
alright.
yeah.
But anyways, Akane says, he's going to go talk to Natsuhiko, but Teru really needs to get that burnt checked out, which is, I mean, kind of sweet. Okay, whatever. But Teru's like, it would heal fast. Whatever. It doesn't mean anything. They're both the sociopaths trying to,
Well,
The
you know,
perfect fit.
Teru, he got slashed straight across the chest, almost lost an arm, and he just kind of walked that off the next day. So
Yeah, exactly. Why does Akane care about that?
I'm
No.
not sure he cares so much as it's the school's regulations. Like,
But
you have to get
okay.
that checked. But maybe
Okay.
they've been through enough together at this point that Akane's got this like grudging like admiration for him. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe that.
I don't know what that means, but I'm not going to like analyze it too deeply. It's probably some surface level stuff. But anyways,
Oh yeah, because there's a bunch of just surface level stuff in TBHK.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not like every single thing has like 15 different layers behind it.
but anyways, we switch scenes yet again, and we are in the middle of the hall of the school. Someone's putting up the sign. It says 3B made on Butler Cafe. And for some reason, I really wanted this to say the 3B and this petal falling off of the poster into someone's arms. We find out that that person is Sakura. And she looks absolutely adorable in her maid outfit.
Shock, guys! Sakura's
Mhm.
actually part of a class. Other people
Yeah,
can
Yeah.
see her
finally
and
we
interact
know.
with her.
See her. And
Finally
interact with her,
we know.
yes. So she is pretty much everyone's saying that she's looks adorable. Yada yada yada. They want to take a picture with her. Yeah. And then we see Natsuhiko,
Who's just
who is
being
just
Natsuhiko.
groveling
Oh my god.
on the ground.
He's
because
literally groveling.
Yeah.
yes, because Sakura is too bright for him in her maid outfit, and he says that she some cringy stuff. But yeah, he takes her hands and he says, "May I have a kiss?" And Sakura thankfully tells him to shut up, but he never does.
I've always
Anyways,
loved the way they like stylize his like words when he's being like
Yeah.
this. I don't know
Mhm.
what font they're using for it, but it captures the feeling perfectly.
It's so perfect.
It's so funny. Oh, and hilariously, I was talking about this with one of our friends, Star, earlier, and he said he was like, "What kind of flowers are Natsuhiko's flowers? They're roses. It's always been roses. He's got roses because he's a romantic and he's totally in love. That's why
Yeah,
he has
that one's
roses.
not that deep.
There's nothing deep about it. It's just roses.
boy.
It's always been roses with Natsu."
But yeah, he asks what they're doing. It's a Maiden Butler cafe. Classics, you can't beat them. But they keep showing that post though. Like I've seen that poster so many times though. I get the point. Like I really wanted to see that poster, and I see the poster.
I didn't really notice how often they were like showcasing the poster until you just brought it up.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
a lot of times.
obviously, I know why they're doing it because I've read this chapter, but
Yeah, but yeah, you know, we think that they're doing something innocent here. They're just putting up posters, and Natsuhiko's asks if you're having fun, with the festival, and it's your first time participating. And Sakura says yes, which I think is maybe a relief, a step in the right direction, maybe. So she can't stop with her melancholy,
it is
maybe.
it is worth noting that she says it's her first time participating though, because that
Yeah.
implies that she didn't, she wasn't there for it last year as a second year, and she wasn't there for it the year before as a first year, which, is just further indicating that Sakura is not technically human. We've basically determined that she's God, right? Sakura's God.
Yeah. And she's basically like that's secluded pretty much. Tries to keep away from people, at least. That's what I got from it. Too.
Mhm.
But yeah, she says working hard with everyone, it's a new thing for her and it's fun. And hopefully she doesn't destroy the world because people aren't so bad. But this is TVHK.
It's
So I can't
TBHK. If it were that easy to change people's mind in this manga, then none of this story would have happened to begin with.
Uh-huh. But yeah. Sakasa Hakujodai shows up and he realizes that their plan to stalk Akane kind of, it's ruined by Teru.
Mhm.
So Natsuhiko mentioned that although, things didn't go to plan with Akane, he basically tell him to shoo. And, yeah, he realized Akane didn't hate the supernaturals as much as he thought he did. He does hate him.
I love
but
the little
not
memory panel. I did wonder if they were gonna actually team up because Akane does hate supernaturals, but like
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
memory panel, he literally punched a hole into the wall. Like, oh my gosh, Akane, I knew he was strong, but he punched a hole into a wall.
Yeah, I think that's he said no, but I think that's a bit more than no, just saying no. But yeah, Natsuhiko saying he should have brought up Aoi and probably manipulated him or guilt tripped him in, or saying that if you do this we can fix Aoi's hand.
There's a thought. Could he actually fix her hand? Like, do you think that would have been a genuine offer, or is he just manipulating him? Thoughts?
Yeah, let's get
I
back
don't
to this
know.
because the we've pretty much soon finished the chapter.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a thought actually. Sakura is saying how unfortunate that he didn't manipulate Kane. But yes, but they did receive some very useful information, and that is the location of the clock keeper's boundary, number one's boundary, one of the biggest mysteries in this story. Something we've been wondering since
Something that
chapter 1.
Hanako himself does not know.
Yep.
Yeah, something that Hanako doesn't know because apparently he's too much of a pervert.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Well,
that's
that's the
totally what it
reason.
was.
So yeah, he says that all that's left to do now is to lure the top dog who's been conquering the boundaries for us, and that's a keyword there, top dog. And he also says that we need to get the present day Kanage Yashiro to do what they want, and then they'll be able to destroy the first mystery, Yarishiro, and yeah, things will work out for them if they do that.
And of course, we still
So
don't know what the Yorishiro is. What number one's Yorishiro is.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know what that is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a clock. Like it's pretty
Shock.
on point there.
A clock? I don't know what would give you that impression.
That would be too obvious for this one. Come on now.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
it could, be the giant clock that's got time powers.
But then apparently number 4, this is the first time number 4 has been mentioned again in a while.
I
Yeah, that
squealed.
stopped me. Yeah.
I actually squealed because it's been so long. We've been bringing it up forever. What was it that Tsukasa asked number 4 to do? Like, what was the price? What was he doing? This is it.
Mhm.
It's finally
Yep,
paid
this is
off.
it.
Guys, plot points always come back. They always get tied up in neat little
Exactly.
bows.
No
Nothing
matter
gets
how
left in the
long
air.
ago it was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Kathy.
Mhm. This has nothing to do with a metal object, but whatever.
Yo, no.
Oh no, of course not.
So it's almost time for them to take action, and they start looking out in the distance and they start pondering, and then we see that poster again. And then Sakura inhales, takes a deep breath, she blows, and the poster disintegrates into Sakura petals. And these petals fly all over the place, all over the schools, and all over the students. Each one of them going about their regular day, not paying any mind to these petals going around the place, but for some reason these petals, we focus on one of the students, some random student, background character number 2 we'll call her. And the petal flies in her eye. And she says, they asks if she's alright. She says, yeah, something got in her eye, but now her eyes completely changed. Her pupil now has the shape of a sakura petal. And she's all better now. Then we see Sakura again. They walk away, and we get this last panel of the chapter where we see various students, each going about their day, but some of them are holding their eye. Something went into their eye, and some of them are just going about their day, not realizing anything whatsoever that's happening around them.
Yeah,
And that's the chapter.
there's clearly a bunch of people that have just gotten petals in the eye there. We have no idea what that's going to do, but since it is related to number 4, I'm going to assume that it's some sort of illusion.
Oh,
I mean,
but
that's what it's got to be, right? I mean, it wouldn't be a mind control thing unless maybe it was Sakura's power that got imbued into that painting. Like
no.
like she drew the poster and it imbued a power into it of some sort.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you
I'm not
guys
sure.
think? What is it?
I think that could be the case just because it shapes like a sakura petal. I don't know if that's too simple of a theory or something.
Well,
But
I don't know. I do like the illusion kind of theory because like the fact that it like changes a person's eye could mean it makes them see things that aren't there.
Mhm.
mhm.
But I don't know.
But
We don't have much to
what
go
use
off on.
would that have
Right?
for them?
Yeah, we don't
Really?
know. We don't know what. Yeah, so who knows?
It's really interesting because that means that like we're bringing the whole school into this, and it's been a long time
Yeah.
since the school was like affected by a supernatural event because we've been off campus for the past
Yeah.
arc. It's been a while, but
Mhm.
the last time I remember the school being significantly affected by a supernatural event was the Clock Keepers arc, because that was Mirai running around like turning everyone like messing with time all over the school.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I just think
Yeah.
it's interesting that the last time the whole school got like really dragged into it, it just so happens to be the last time the Clock Keepers were relevant to the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That was the first and last time, right? The whole school was involved, actually.
I think so. I'm trying to think. The Picture Perfect arc did not involve the school. That was just our people. The school sleepover, not really. It's just the people
Nah,
that
that was just
wandered
Aoi.
off.
Poor
Yeah, that was
Aoi.
Mm.
just Ahoy. And yeah, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Clock Keepers arc was the last time. And
Mm.
Moke of the Dead. Are we counting that?
Okay,
That affected the whole school.
that's true. It did, but I
Yes.
mean that
But
wasn't really an arc, was it?
It wasn't much of an arc, but it did affect the whole school, so I'll give it that.
I guess. It's
The
like
zombie
one of the only
apocalypse.
filler chapters in this entire manga.
And it's like the best filler chapter in
It's
existence.
amazing. Yeah.
That was my favorite thing. Alright, you guys want to start addressing these branding questions?
Uh, do we have to?
Yeah, well, they're good questions, actually.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure.
They're not because they're dated. It literally says that they're dated.
I don't know. I like the idea of talking about Code Tsukasa and Mitsuba dynamic.
Okay.
I want to know what Mitsuba's going to choose to do because he's still under Tsukasa's control, but he's clearly branching out. Like he's, getting a lot
Wait,
closer to
what
Ko.
what does it say?
He's getting a lot closer to Ko, and he's developing more of a relationship with Nene as well. So like the last time Tsukasa like interfered, Mitsuba usually does side with Tsukasa because he doesn't really have a choice. So I'd just be wondering if it comes down to it, because it is going to be that group going head to head against our group, if that's going to become a major conflict for Mitsuba.
Yeah. I don't know. I I don't have much to say on this one.
Not much to say.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's interesting that like Mitsuba's slowly like moving away from Tsukasa, and good. I'm glad.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah, it's still concerning that like Tsukasa still clearly has
This
power over
question
him.
is so vague, though. You can.
That's the thing, because it's a question asked by an AI. Yes, it's gonna be vague. An AI that's late because it says its knowledge cutoff date is 2021.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, open-ended questions are the ones that are the easiest to address. Everyone else that's, a human in the comments section, feel free to pop in with any questions that you might have about the chapter. How many Yoroshiros are left besides number 1? Hanako's Yoroshiro is
Yes.
left.
Mhm.
And then number 1, Mitsuba's is still around.
But they're all easy to control in a way. For it, they're really easy for Sakura's team to get to.
Yeah, because they can get
Mhm.
to Mitsuba's at any time because he's on their side, sort of, technically. And we're all like
Tsukasa as
quite
well.
yeah, we're quite certain that Tsukasa is Hanako's Yorishiro, so that's easily accessible too. I think it's just important that Tsukasa is the last one because they need him.
It's interesting though because like in the Hell of Mirrors arc, Mitsuo was like very like pressed about like not getting the Yorishiro like taken off,
Mhm.
and like Tsukasa was the one that's like you have to like get them out of here because they're gonna take Yorishiro and your powers. So yeah, if they try to go for Mitsuba's, that would definitely cause quite a rift.
It probably would. I don't know how
That's probably
Mitsuba
why they haven't gone for it yet.
I don't know how Mitsuba would even feel about it now, because he just had a whole moment where he was trying to get Ko to destroy him. So would he really be all that torn up about his Yorishiro?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Do you guys think Sue is just going to let himself be destroyed? That's a hard question.
Tsukasa's impossible to predict.
Yeah, I think
if Hanako does it, maybe.
that's the thing. I don't.
I'm sick. He's just sick in the head. So maybe how he justifies if Hanako wants to kill him again, no problem. Just because he knows that Hanako would not be able to live with it.
Right? Like
Hanako's already dead.
I don't
but
think
still.
Tsukasa is bothered by the idea of being destroyed. Like he doesn't have any sense of self-preservation there, but he wants to gain something out of it, right? Like he wants to be entertained, and he wants Amane specifically to gain something out of it.
And doesn't it go against his whole ideology to be against something like that, though?
To be against, well,
Like
against his ideology. What do you mean ideology?
don't you remember when he had his whole speech saying that anybody should do whatever they want?
Yes.
So should just be able to do whatever they want. So if somebody wants to kill him and they kill him, then
Yeah, he'd be down for that.
Yeah.
But
he's just chaotic.
I do think
yourself.
I
You're
do
setting
think he'd
yourself
want
to murder.
Hanako to do it. I think he'd really
Yeah,
want
he'd want
Yes,
Amane to be
yeah.
responsible
for
for that.
some reason. Again, these should not be statements, but they are.
So yeah, Eleanor of Tsukasa is destroyed. Nene dies. Not exactly. It's if all the Yorishiros are destroyed, Nene
Yeah.
dies. That's how that
But-
goes theoretically.
But supposedly Tsukasa would be last.
Yeah.
So technically, yes, if things went according to plan.
Yeah. Man, that would just suck so much for Hanako.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think there would be more time travel shenanigans in the future, and would Nene go to the to the past future with another person like Mitsuba? I think so.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna get this arc is gonna be time travel shenanigans for sure.
It
Yeah,
is
and
basically the
Mitsuba-
clock keepers and their boundary, and we've already been introduced to time travel happening with Tsukasa from the past having a direct conversation with Nene. So
Mhm.
absolutely, there's going to be time travel
But-
back and forth. Now, who is she going to be with is a
Alright,
different
wait.
question.
Yeah, but that's probably further on. I don't think the time travel thing. Do you think the whole number one and his whole Yorishiro issue is going to be separate and apart from what is happening with whatever number four has prepared for them?
No,
for
it's
the
all
school?
one thing.
It's all one thing. Okay.
It's all one thing because Sakura and Natsuhiko specifically are going after number one's boundary. Like, that's the whole point of whatever they're doing right now.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming it's because they've had such trouble getting to number one's boundary that they've had to go really elaborate with their scheme this time.
No, what I meant was that okay, somebody's going to get caught in number four's trap. And that's probably going to be Nene and Mitsuba. And then someone else is going to be Yashiro, not Yashiro, Sakura and
Mm-hmm.
Natsuhiko are going to set out to search for number one Zirishiro. This
Yes.
is just my prediction, basically. And Hanako is probably Anakane and Teru. Finally, Teru does something, guys. But yeah, she's going to be, trying to stop that from happening.
So your prediction is that Teru is going to become useful to the plot?
Yeah.
That's a very
like
bold
Teru's done
prediction.
I
useful
don't even
things
know.
in the-
I
in the
don't even know
past,
what Teru will
and-
do.
And
in this
every
situation.
time Teru does something, she's like, finally, Teru does something.
It's
ever since
true.
the first time.
No, but
Every
it's,
time.
Every time.
it's so minuscule the stuff that he's done. What did he do? He made pizza
Every
and
no.
It
Everyone
was
thinks
magic
that's the important
supernatural
part.
pizza that let them go to the other side.
that wasn't even that. It's so minuscule though. I'm sure they could have found some other way if they really tried. And then
Oh my god.
he was just
Could
there
you
for
say
the
that?
sake of
You could
convenience.
say that about almost anything that anyone does. They could have found another way.
No, but that was literally for the sake of convenience. Hanako has a freaking. No, Hanako's missing at the end of a
Yeah.
plane.
You make excuses.
Yeah, but there's an elevator floating around somewhere. I'm sure they could have found that if they really tried.
I feel like this could be said about a lot of things.
It could
But-
be. Here's a good question. How would they get Nene to destroy Yorishiro if she knows she'll die if all of them are broken? That's
Great
an easy
question.
That's an easy one. Threaten the lives of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, the way this one's shaping out is really interesting because it seems like destroying the Yorishiro is going to tie in to whatever Amane was trying to do. So I think it would be really possible that destroying the Yorishiro happens because Nene is trying to save Amane.
Ooh.
I don't know how that would work.
sense.
How destroying the
yeah, but,
Yorishiro would
like-
help him, but I can imagine that being her motivation for doing it because she would.
Yeah.
She would absolutely destroy
absolutely.
Yorishiro and put her own life at risk if it meant saving Amane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's an important question. KG suggests, why would you consider writing down your predictions this time?
See,
Huh.
we don't need to write down our predictions because we are literally recording this and putting this on YouTube. Our predictions are being recorded. The problem is that we need to re-listen to our
Yeah,
recording.
that's the main problem.
I'm more likely to lose a piece of paper that I've written it down on than I am to like listen to a recording. I just need to remember to do that.
It's just this whole mental gymnastics thing that's just not working out for us, to be honest. It's a month. It takes us a month. Just be easy on us, please.
A lot of things go on.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Look, maybe next time I'll know the predictions.
Okay.
Actually, even watch this
Next
podcast
time.
this time.
Yeah, look, sometimes I do it. Sometimes I do listen to our past recordings and I know what our predictions were. It's happened before. Right. What if the broadcasting crew make a deal with Nene? That if she gets all the Yoroshiros, they'll make her a supernatural? That would be interesting.
Oh, that'd
But
be super
doesn't that
interesting.
still results in the world's demise, anyways?
Maybe?
Like she'll be a supernatural
Well, maybe,
for
but
what,
she
a day?
doesn't know that.
That's true.
Before...
She doesn't know that.
maybe. She doesn't know that.
Only Sakura and
the thing is
Natsuhiko
that-
really know what's gonna happen.
It will be a relatively happy ending until like a week later when Sakura just decides to end the world.
Don't you love those happy endings where, everyone gets to live happily for 1 week and then the world ends? Classic. Classic fairy tale ending.
I want to be a supernatural.
I don't know, she never really answered that.
Yeah, it was never really a yes or no completely.
Ko asked her about it, but she didn't have an answer for him at the time, and we just haven't gone back to that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Nene would want right now, because she has when we were in the boundary with the train and all of that. She did say that like she didn't care about her lifespan anymore. Hanako gave her heck for that, but we still don't know where Nene stands right now. Like, if it were brought up again, what would she prioritize? Would she prioritize her lifespan? Because I don't think she would.
Yeah, I don't think she would either, after saying that she doesn't really care about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I think she would prioritize basically anything else. She would prioritize Hanako over that. She would prioritize Amane over that. Heck, I'm pretty sure she would prioritize Ko and Mitsuba over her own lifespan at this point. She's just so done with it.
Yeah, after all that she had to go through, that was too much.
That's true.
Let me rest.
It's like, it's fine. Peace out, guys. That was enough.
I think I've had enough life.
Right? I mean, she's had enough life at this point that she's encountered a supernatural case of time travel, and it just like flew over her head. Like,
right?
Oh yeah, this happens sometimes.
Right? Cool.
Would Nene wishing for Amane and Sue's past to be fixed count as a happy ending? Bittersweet?
Very bittersweet, yeah.
Bittersweet, because it would, Amane and Tsukasa would have their happy life, but then it would tear Hanako and Nene apart. And, Nene would still be fine, because she'd get to live out her life. Her lifespan wouldn't be, bad anymore if Hanako weren't around. Because that's a fun thing. Like, it's pretty clear, not explicitly stated, but pretty heavily implied that if Nene had never met Hanako, her lifespan would have been safe, probably.
Really?
Because she wouldn't, like, the reason her lifespan's in danger at all is that she's being a priestess. She's functioning as the priestess to destroy the Yoroshiros. So, like, if she hadn't become the priestess, the modern day priestess, then her life wouldn't be in danger, right?
I don't know. Thinking about like different timelines where like stuff doesn't happen, it weirds me out. Because the time travel shenanigans in this manga and how things affect timelines. So thinking about other timelines is weird.
Yeah.
Well, she wouldn't have seen any supernaturals in the first place if her time span wasn't short.
Yeah.
Because, like, didn't they say, like, from the moment you're born, that is determined? It's like a thing. I'm pretty sure it was.
I think so.
Well,
Yeah,
in the book,
so that doesn't make any
If
sense
future
then.
is your destiny is determined, but Hanako is the only one who managed to change his destiny. I think that's how it goes.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was
Tsuchikamori,
thinking. Like the
yeah,
future's like different.
Tsuchikamori has talked about it, but as far as we know, destiny is only fixed for students of the school. So it's
Of the
only
school.
it's only fixed once they're at the school, right? It's not written until they
No,
become students.
but I'm pretty sure it was mentioned at one point that like it's been fixed this whole time for her entire life.
I don't know. I don't know.
I need to find it.
They need to explain their time travel business a bit better. I hope they do, because it's hard to wrap your head around what's predetermined and what isn't in this manga
Yeah.
right now. Because we just don't know what the rules are beyond, like, so far the rules have just been that things cannot be changed. What happened has always happened. And that is that. But also we have Amane, who theoretically changed his past and future. He changed his future somehow.
But apparently he's very special for that.
Yeah.
So.
But like it proves that it's possible. So I don't know.
Yes.
We need more firmly established rules.
Oh yeah, we have that question to get back to if Natsuhiko, if he would actually fix Aoi's hand. If they can actually fix Aoi's hand, and would they if they could?
Yeah, I like would they be able to fix Ollie's hand? Theoretically Sakura is God, so maybe she could. I don't know what Natsuhiko could do though.
I guess.
Oh, I found it.
I just think he's just saying that though. I don't think like that was intended to do it after he said it. I just think that he's just saying it because it's a good.
Gonna share that in here.
Yeah, Natsuhiko would manipulate.
He would liable that sort of that thing.
Manipulate Akane.
Wasn't that basically his introduction? He manipulated Nene in some way.
Yeah, he did. He manipulated, that's a strong way to phrase it. He didn't per se manipulate her, he just called her over and then walked her over to the tea party. I don't think he ever said it was anything else. Oh, it's from the Clawkeeper's arc.
Yes. Astro's lifespan was set from the day she was born.
Oh, I like the way he phrases that. There are things in this world that must not be changed. So, you two have not watched Doctor Who, have you?
No.
No, I didn't think so. So, the way time travel works in Doctor Who is that there are fixed points in the timeline that should not be changed. And it's not that they can't be changed, it's that there's catastrophic effects if you do change them. So, it's a situation where the timeline is kind of fixed because you have points that need to happen, but it's not so fixed that it can't be changed. And I'm wondering if that's kind of what they're going for here with
also,
kind of a loose, it could be changed, but you're not supposed to.
Also, that's the thesis makes a good point. I thought Nene was only able to meet Hanako because her lifespan was short. Because, you're only supposed to see supernaturals if your lifespan's already short.
Yeah, there is that.
So, yeah. I think that was just set from the day she was born. I think that's true.
Which, is further point to the fixed timeline theory.
Yes.
If her lifespan if her lifespan was always meant to be short, it means she was always meant to be the Kannagi, and she was always going to meet Hanako and do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But also the way Hanako phrases it is that it implies that things can be changed. It just does, it might have disastrous effects. And I'm down for that. I watched a lot of Doctor Who growing up. That was my jam, guys. I loved it.
The catastrophic effect in Hanako's case was Tsukasa. And that is very catastrophic. So, yeah, I think no time changing, guys. I think destiny should just stay as it is,
A Spider-Man reference. Ida Euro watched Spider-Verse. Yeah, well, if Ida Euro took inspiration from Spider-Verse, then that's a good thing. Because the Spider-Verse does it pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with them like having like a set future that changes, but I just hope they don't like change the past. Because then,
If they change
Like-
the past, that's really playing with fire. I hope they don't do
Yeah.
that. It's too iffy. And Taro already mentioned before that you can't do it. Like when they came back and talked about meeting little Tsukasa,
Yeah.
he was like he was already dead. Like this already happened. We know it happened. You can't change
So
that.
you can't change that. Yeah,
So
you can't change the present by going back into the past.
yeah, and it'll make it such a tragedy if Nene ends up, destroying the Yorishiro to try and help Amane, knowing that you can't change the past.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
God, I really hope Hanako doesn't somehow kill Nene. Yeah, that would suck, wouldn't it?
Oh my god.
I remember
No.
that being a running theory. We've talked about it before, the idea that Hanako might be the one who kills Nene.
Dear My Living Dead much.
Right? Hey, Kathy, have you read that yet?
No. But it just keeps being spoiled for me. I mean,
I'm
Well,
judging
yeah.
you so hard right now.
I don't feel bad about it at all.
No, you know how much time you've had to catch up on Dear My Living Dead?
I have been not busy, so yeah, I could have, but I didn't.
No excuse, just I could have, but I didn't. You realize it's like a 5-minute read, right?
Yeah, it's super short.
But I actually, it's not 5 minutes for me.
Okay,
because,
it's a 10-minute read.
10 minutes is very strong.
No,
For like 20 minutes for me.
not even. It's a manga. You don't even need to read most of it. It's visual.
Oh yeah, and also Fox Guardian Spirit, which is another one of Ayer's works, also ends a civil war.
Oh, I haven't read
Huh.
that one. I need to read that one.
I
That's a track
have.
record.
I won't say anything else since you guys haven't read it, but it ends a similar way. So it's a common theme.
I'm
in their
just gonna
writing.
hope that Ida Iro doesn't go this route for this manga. I feel like they won't. Not for a long running work like this, right?
Yeah, it'd be a lot.
Like that's a strong ending, that sort of thing, but it's best suited to a short story. It's not well suited to a long serialized story.
To be fair, with both of these situations, the person did technically stay with the other person with Dear My Living Dead and Fox Mask Guardian Spirit. It's just,
They're dead now.
also.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just together with the other person, but dead.
They have quite a track record, huh?
Yeah.
They do. So if Nene tries to fix Amane's past, wouldn't that mean she wouldn't exist in the first place? Yes, Eleanor, that would be a time paradox, and that's why
Yeah.
that's why it can't
why
happen. That's why the past can't be changed.
Mhm.
First thing to do, everyone go read Dear My Living Dead. Yeah.
Yes,
KG.
please.
Yeah, Kathy.
I think the first thing that you need to do is write down everyone's predictions. That is what you need to do.
You know what? Since
Why?
we're on it anyways, predictions for the next chapter, guys.
Predictions. Besides what we've already said, I'm not so sure. Are we going to see number 4?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think number 4 is
Okay.
going to come back in. I think we had our we had our reference. We had our little plot thread tie up there into a neat little bow. We know what it was.
Mhm.
We might see her later if they learn that it was number 4 who was involved in
True.
creating whatever this is.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's relevant. I think the power that was I'm kind of convinced now that the power that was imbued in whatever Mei drew there is Sakura's power. So I don't think whatever Mei did is gonna be relevant. I think it was just her job to get it going.
Yeah, and they did look at this door. So maybe all the action takes place in that door. I'm not
Maybe.
so sure.
I know. We're gonna see number one's boundary. I'm really hoping. Like, wouldn't it be fun if next chapter we're already getting to number one's boundary?
Oh my gosh.
I think the next chapter is gonna be the start of the school festival. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we're getting
does.
right to the school festival start of the next chapter.
Mhm.
Alright, so maybe the play as
Maybe,
well. Maybe it gets to the play. Nene
and
acting as
maybe
a tornado.
we'll start seeing what the Sakura petals are doing exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hope
Oh,
we
yeah,
get to see what the
definitely.
Sakura petals are doing.
Mhm.
Yes, and that we get to see
Definitely.
Nene's fantastic performance as tornado number, what was it, 4? 3? 4?
4.
4.
It was 4.
I'm sure she's gonna do a great
Maybe
job.
yeah, maybe one of the important background characters also got the Sakura eye thing going on for them.
An important background character?
Like maybe Lemon or one of those sweet guys.
What, Cove's
I can't
friends?
remember their Co's friends.
Cove's friends, they could be. That's their only purpose in the plot at this point, really. To just be
Yeah.
affected by whatever the supernatural thing is that's going
So
on.
maybe you have more of an impact in that way. But I think everyone else is fine who we know intimately.
Hmm.
Nene probably won't affect Nene and Ko
Although
and
it would
her.
be really interesting if it did. If it got to
Oh
one of
yeah.
them.
Mhm.
No, it would.
If it got to Akane. Ooh, it could get to Aoi.
Oh,
True.
Because
We
that's true.
she can be involved in this story, right? Like, we haven't seen her
Yeah,
the past couple chapters, but she can see supernaturals now. She's invested because her hand's messed up now.
yeah.
and they actually want to involve her in some way. They were just talking about her.
Hmm.
Yeah, she got mentioned.
So yeah, it would be really cool if Aoi was affected. Miss Yako. I miss Yako too.
Yeah, Yaku and Tsuchigamori, yeah.
Tsushikori,
I
yeah.
hope we get to see those two again sometime soon. We're in the right
Yeah.
area finally that they might show up, so I can
Yeah.
hope now.
And maybe they do something too.
Those two doing something would be another step. I'm not going to count on that happening, but it would
Yeah.
be really cool. It's been a really long time.
And so any other predictions? I'm not so sure. I think I'm not so sure what's going to happen, like majorly, what's going to be accomplished. Maybe we see Sukasa again. That'd be cool.
Hmm. I'm looking
Oh
forward to
yeah,
seeing Tsukasa again.
absolutely.
But
Always.
the next time we see Tsukasa, is it going to be supernatural Tsukasa or past Tsukasa?
True.
Supernatural, and he's probably going
Supernatural,
to try to jog
I wanna see
Hanukkah's
him.
memory.
Yeah, I'm
That's
hoping
exactly what he's going to do, actually.
we see main supernatural Tsukasa now. And I really want a confrontation between him and Hanako about the past. Ooh, I wonder if Tsukasa remembers. Like, current Tsukasa, if he remembers anything from being alive and whatnot.
I could see that.
I could, but like, it's hard to tell because we've talked about it before that like just based on the way Tsukasa acts, it's kind of impossible to tell if he remembered what was going on in the Red House and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah, and the Sakasa that died said, Nene, let's play again, but the Sakasa, when he first confronted Nene on the rooftop with Hanako, didn't show any indication of remembrance
and
for Nene.
Tsukasa, he talks about Amane killing him, but like so does Hanako, and that, as far as we know, that's the only thing those two really remember.